Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, Allincrypto here, and welcome back, guys, for another jam-packed daily market update. If you are new around here, we drop one of these updates every single day around 1 p.m. UK time to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening in the markets, and specifically the cryptocurrency market. So we will relate everything to the cryptocurrency markets, which is where we're predominantly an investor. And the reason being is because we think it offers one of the greatest opportunities certainly there is today in the markets, but perhaps there's ever been. We are looking at the introduction of a new internet of value, where value itself is being revolutionized and all the things that come with it. We're talking hundreds or quadrillions of dollars, and the cryptocurrency market is going to be at the heart of it. In fact, I am convinced that certain cryptocurrencies that we look at here on the channel are going to play standard protocols in regards to value itself and how it's interacting in the rails it's run upon. There has never been a better time to be in the cryptocurrency space than right now, perhaps barring Bitcoin when it was sub $1, because many altcoins are on unbelievable trajectories. And I just simply don't think people are quite bullish enough. But all that being said, we've got quite a lot to get into. I want to kick things off with a little bit of TA. We're going to be looking at these falling wedges, seeing how they're progressing. We've got a flock of falling wedges giving us confidence that the cryptocurrency market is embarking on that next leg to the upside. We'll revisit some of those. Then we're going to sort of look at some rumors on Twitter. You know what Twitter's like. Or X, I keep calling it Twitter. I actually think Twitter was a better name. But there are rumors that Brad Garlinghouse has upped his, or Ripple has upped the bid for Circle to $20 billion. There's nothing official on this. In fact, I think right now this is fake news. That's certainly how I'm looking at it. But a lot of people asking me about this. It was the initial offer, $4 to $5 billion, which was rejected. Remember, Circle are about to IPO. And then on the topic of the internet value that's being formed, we're going to look at what Charles Schwab, a $7 trillion financial giant, had to say just the other day. Their CEO dropped some bombshells. We're going to be listening to that. We'll talk about some BlackRock news. They are continuing their expansion into the cryptocurrency space that came out yesterday. And then we'll fly by a Citi report, so Citibank report, that talks about the digital dollar. Money itself is being revolutionized in the sense that with every technology, you get a new form of money. With the internet, it was now, most money is digital. The vast majority of money is digital. With the introduction of the printing press, you've got notary money. With coinage, you've got, et cetera, et cetera. Money evolves over time with new technologies. And that is happening again today. And I believe we know some of the cryptocurrencies that are going to be a part of that. And certainly I'm invested in them. I think there's this truly amazing opportunity that people aren't quite excited enough about. The day-to-day kind of cryptocurrency price action can get people down, but it really takes them away from the broader trajectory of this technology. And it is a very bright future. As promised, let's kick things off with a little bit of TA. As it relates to Bitcoin, you all know my kind of more macro view, my weekly time frame view. This is in a very pronounced uptrend. We've got a concession of technical targets that not only have been met since we entered the market back on the 5th of January 2023, but we believe are going to continue to get met. So we've got an inverse head and shoulders here that takes you to 150k. We've got bull flag, which takes you to 155, and we've got a cup and handle that takes you to 306. And we are in a very strong uptrend. We were also looking at smaller time frame structure on the daily in the form of a falling wedge that we said was going to result in upside continuation. And we are getting that, ladies and gentlemen. We broke out here and we've seen continuation. We weren't just confident on Bitcoin going up in the space, just looking at Bitcoin, but also the likes of the total cryptocurrency market cap, which was exhibiting similar traits. This has progressed nicely. Total 2, total 3, others, crypto ETPs in the form of Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund. You can see we were looking at this as a potential falling wedge. You've got the break, you've got the retest, and now the continuation. Bitwise's top 10 crypto index fund. 21 shares is crypto basket index. And a variety of altcoins. We were looking at so many altcoins that were exhibiting very positive traits like Chainlink, Algorand, for example, was one that was in a falling wedge. It was kind of deja vu back into when we were looking at all the falling wedges in November. So with all of this, of course, we looked at MicroStrategy, which is progressing nicely, really, isn't it? With all of this, we kind of determined that the pullback for the cryptocurrency market, and we believe this is just a pullback based on the weekly time frame, is now coming to an end, and we're going to see that continuation towards the upside. There's going to be fundamental news that drives this. It could be a variety of things, whether it's actual purchasing from the United States government, the revaluation of gold, which has been speculated to purchase Bitcoin or to kind of arbitrage with in a budget neutral way, whether it's ETF approvals. A lot of them recently got kicked back to June. I think they're probably waiting for BlackRock to file. That's my kind of best opinion. there's a number of catalysts that's going to see what is technically signaled, and it is progressing. It is happening. So we are bullish on the cryptocurrency space from a technical point of view, and of course, fundamentally, I couldn't be more excited about being a cryptocurrency investor than right now. And neither should you. If you've done your due diligence, if you've actually been able to peer behind that veil and you've looked at all the players that are getting involved, like Citi, talking about digital dollar. This was published the month just gone. So we're now in May. This was published in April. You know, look at, all you've got to do is a little bit of looking at. Look at who these guys are working with to enable all of this. Look at what BlackRock are doing. And I think what we should do is actually now take a quick look at what a $7 trillion financial giant has to say, Charles Schwab, in regards to their recent revelations on crypto and what they're looking to do. All major financial institutions are looking to get involved in the cryptocurrency space. And that trend is just leaving the station. Let's dive into this clip, and then we'll finish things off by clearing some rumors up on Ripple's upped bid in regards to acquiring Circle.
4x5, the activity we see in 24x5 tends to be retail investors, and there is a predominance of non-US clients. That's where we've seen the activity so far.
So moving gears to Donald Trump again, he has definitely vowed to be the crypto president, and we have already seen some moves to sort of roll back some of the harsher or tougher regulation on crypto. You have signaled your intentions to get bigger in crypto. Talk to me about what your latest, sort of crypto business looks like and where you see things going.
We think we're the premier destination for investors interested in investing in crypto. We custody the most crypto ETF assets in the industry. We are working on a plan to launch spot crypto in the next 12 months, ideally this year, but in the next 12 months. We have lots of ways for clients to get invested in crypto. They can buy the ETFs, and again, we're the #1 destination for doing that. They can buy Bitcoin futures. They can buy closed-end funds, which track the price changes of crypto. So there's lots of ways to get invested, and we have education around that. And what we saw in the fourth quarter of last year, when there was a real uptick in interest in crypto, is we saw a 400% increase in the traffic to our crypto site at Schwab. 70% of those people were prospects. And so what that says to me is that when clients become interested in crypto and they've learned more about it, the first place they want to turn is Schwab, because they trust us and they know we'll give them unbiased advice and that they can keep their assets safe with us.
Well, how do you get to spot crypto given the regulatory environment? What do you have to do? What do you need to hear from regulators for you to get comfortable with launching that?
I think there's a very clear path for firms like us to be able to launch crypto. There was a rule called SAB 131. What that rule did is it mandated that for every dollar of client crypto assets, we had to hold capital against that. Of course, client equities and client fixed income assets, we don't have to hold any capital against. But because people were particularly worried about crypto, as a bank holding company, we would have had to hold capital against it. That made it impossible for us to be in the market. That rule has been changed, and regulators broadly, other regulatory bodies have followed that guidance. And so I do think there is a clear path for getting this done. And we've spoken with our regulators.
I really don't think people understand the monumental nature of what is taking place right now. Charles Schwab, $7 trillion financial giant, one of the largest in the world, is looking to start offering crypto. They already custody crypto. They're looking to actually offer crypto, spot crypto trading. When was the last time an asset got introduced to the world? An entirely new asset class. And then today we now see banks getting ready to, all of them, facilitate this industry from an investment point of view and also from a technological point of view in regards to using it. The future is so damn bright if you're a cryptocurrency investor. This was something from Ledger Insights I was reading just earlier today. BlackRock to issue DLT shares in Treasury Fund via BNY. Here we go again. We already know BlackRock are issuing treasuries via their build fund. This is a trend. You want to look at the cryptos that are going to play a role in the tokenization of everything and also the facilitation in regards to the rails that all of this is ran upon. I was also reading, and I'll probably do a deeper dive on this at some point, but this is Citi's recent report on the digital dollar. Banks and public sector drive blockchain adoption. Look at the financial hitters that are on this. And look at some of the crypto companies that are involved. I mean, it just couldn't be more obvious that this is the path forward. This is the future. What I want to do now, just to end the video, we've spoken about some technical analysis. We've kind of really highlighted again, because we're so zealous about it, the opportunity that the cryptocurrency space has to offer. But what I want to do now is sort of quieten up some of the rumors in regards to the Ripple acquisition of Circle being raised to $20 billion. As far as I can tell, this is not accurate. This is a small newspaper, I think this has came from, that essentially is has put this forward, and it's just kind of been like Chinese whispers. Everyone's kind of cottoned onto it. I don't actually think, unless Ripple were to offer something like this, and this isn't official, that Ripple are going to acquire Circle. It makes sense for them to do so because Circle is the premier stablecoin, and it's already got the most usage, utility, and network and adoption. But this is fake news as far as I can tell. Just want to clear that up. Lots of people asking me about it. So we are very bullish on the cryptocurrency space on this fabulous Friday. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed presenting it. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love and leave you. Have a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you all in the next one.